Welcome to the Explainer. If you've been paying even a little bit of attention to the business landscape lately, you already know artificial intelligence is absolutely dominating the conversation. But how companies actually integrate it securely? Well, that's a completely different story. Today, we're zeroing in on foundational frameworks for secure enterprise AI adoption. Okay, let's dive into this because understanding this exact framework is literally the key to separating the companies that are just kind of experimenting with AI from those that actually master it.
We really need to shatter an illusion right off the bat here. AI adoption is no longer just about, slapping a chatbot onto your homepage or casually hooking up a model API to your backend. For modern startups and enterprises, treating AI as the simple bolt-on feature is essentially a massive trap. It's so easy to get caught up in the hype, right? To think, hey, we just plug this API in and boom, suddenly we're a cutting-edge AI company. But the reality of enterprise AI is far deeper than that. It's not just a superficial layer you can paint over your existing software. It demands a highly deliberate, structural approach if you actually want it to succeed and, more importantly, remain secure.
So the crucial point is that we need a fundamental mindset shift in how we view all this technology. We aren't just deploying random tools anymore. We are building AI infrastructure. And that means treating AI and large language models, LLMs, not as toys, but as foundational business systems. Because they're foundational, they absolutely require built-in security, strict governance, robust access control, clear cost visibility, and, this is a big one, human oversight right from day one. Think about it like this. You'd never try to build a massive physical skyscraper without first engineering a highly secure, heavily inspected foundation, right? It's the exact same concept here. You cannot build a resilient AI-native business without these operational safeguards firmly engineered into your systems from the very beginning. It literally all starts at the foundation.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how it completely reframes the entire industry conversation. For a long time, leadership teams and boards were stuck asking the entirely wrong question. Should startups use AI? Well, that debate is effectively over. Done. The answer is a resounding yes. The right question, the one that actually separates successful adoption from massive security failures, is this. How can startups give AI enough context to actually be useful, without giving it uncontrolled access to sensitive company data? That right there is the core dilemma of our era. See, AI desperately needs your proprietary data to give you those intelligent, tailored answers. But if you just hand over the keys to the kingdom and give it everything, you expose your entire organization to totally unacceptable risks. Balancing that incredible usefulness with strict, uncompromising data security is the exact puzzle every modern company has to solve today. Let's move to and see how this builds into a highly practical, executable strategy. A secure framework basically rests on two interconnected pillars. First up, you've got foundational architecture decisions. You are forced to decide exactly what data can safely go out to cloud AI services and what strictly has to stay local in your own environment. It helps you figure out when a hybrid model makes the most sense and precisely which LLM is the right fit for each distinct specialized task. But, and this is absolutely critical, architecture has to work hand in hand with security and governance. This is where the rubber really meets the road. We're talking about establishing safe knowledge retrieval, making sure models only access the specific internal documents they're actually authorized to see. It's about actively defending your systems against prompt injection attacks, where bad actors try to trick the model into bypassing its own safety rules to spill company secrets. It also covers operational rules, like when exactly a human is required to hit approve before an AI takes a critical action. These aren't just minor technical details. These are the strategic crossroads that every startup absolutely must navigate successfully to survive.
All of this brings up a pretty serious tension. What data must stay local, and exactly how do we protect it? I want you to think about your own organization right now, or even the companies you follow. This isn't just theory anymore. Think about the very real, very scary dangers of data leakage, where sensitive customer records accidentally end up training some public model. Think about malicious actors actively trying to manipulate your AI to reveal your tightly guarded intellectual property. If a business doesn't have a rock-solid, definitive answer for what data stays local and how it's shielded, their IP and their customers' private info are highly vulnerable. You want the AI to be incredibly smart and helpful for sure, but you absolutely cannot afford for it to be a massive vulnerability in your company's armor.
And this brilliantly illustrates a really pragmatic resolution to that exact tension. The safest approach is not blocking AI. The safest approach is building a standard framework around it. Trying to just outright ban or block AI in your company out of fear, that's a losing battle. Honestly, it's like trying to ban the internet in the 90s. If you block it, your employees are just going to use it in the shadows anyway, creating shadow IT and generating even more unmonitored risk. Instead, by implementing a standard framework, you bring AI right out of the shadows and into the light. You make it safe, you make it manageable, and you make it highly effective. A robust framework isn't some barrier to innovation. It's actually your ultimate tool for secure innovation.
So what's the ultimate payoff for putting in all this hard work at the foundational level? Startups that create this secure foundation early on reap some seriously compounding rewards. First off, when you build this foundation, you aren't just protected, you actually move way faster. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but when your developers know the exact boundaries and the security is already baked in, they aren't paralyzed by the fear of breaking things. They can just innovate at speed. And that speed and reliability directly help you protect customer trust. Let's face it, in the age of AI, trust is your most valuable currency, and keeping data safe ensures you keep your customers. Plus, because you have complete visibility and human oversight baked right into the process, you drastically reduce your operational risk along the way. Ultimately, all of these benefits compound, helping you build AI-native companies with significantly stronger long-term resilience. By following this framework, you're not just reacting to the latest tech trend, you're building a deeply fortified intelligence system meant to weather the storms of the future.
We're going to wrap up our explainer today with a pretty powerful concluding thought. AI is powerful. There's absolutely zero denying that fact. But secure AI infrastructure is what actually turns that raw power into a real sustainable business advantage. Raw power, without any control, is really just a massive liability waiting to happen. It's the security, the governance, the carefully designed framework that actually harnesses that power safely and drives your business forward. So as we conclude, I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought to take with you. Look closely at the systems around you today. Do you just have a scattered collection of AI tools, or have you built a truly secure AI infrastructure that's actually ready to confidently handle the future? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep building securely, and I'll see you next time.